Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in again today. Quick preamble for you. I've got 4 episodes coming to you recorded live from the second deck of the Hetma booth at InfoComm 2024, but I got to give you 2 quick disclaimers. One, as you all probably know, I am an amateur producer, and meaning that I forgot to click a certain button in the system so that our recording platform was trying to take out the background noise, which was obviously a lot on the show floor. So you may hear some a distortion and stuff because of that, but it's only because it's trying to take out the background noise. I apologize. And for both of these episodes, you may hear my voice is kind of hoarse because it was a busy week and I didn't have my full voice available, but the episodes are just too good not to bring them to you. So I appreciate your patience with those 2 things. And with no further ado, here's an all new episode of the AVIT Amplifier.
You're listening to the AVIT Amplifier. Each week, we'll feature voices and ideas that need to be amplified in the higher education and pro-AV IT communities. This show is brought to you by higheredav.com. And now here's your host, Ryan Gray.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in again to the AVIT Amplifier. As always, I am your host, Ryan Gray, and if it is Wednesday, you know you have tuned in to hear new and great content, and we're back for our second week with Sir Justin Dawson. Mr. Dawson, would you be so kind as to reintroduce yourself? Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Justin Dawson from the All Things Techie podcast, also Senior Tech Officer in Dublin City University, and I also run AV Groupie as well, which is the network for Irish AV professionals in Ireland.
So if you missed episode 1, stop, pause right now and go back and listen to it.
Yes.
Because you're going to want to hear about all of the things that you're involved in. And it's really cool. And like what comes across is this sort of leadership role that you're taking in your areas, which is very cool. And I love it. So again, and if you hear that noise in the background, it is because it's the afternoon of day 2, InfoComm 24.
We have a happy hour going on.
Yes.
Sponsored by X2O Media.
It's sponsored by X2O Media. Thank you for their hospitality. And for listeners of the show, just FYI, I purposely scheduled these recordings for 2 p.m. So they'd end at 3 p.m., which was when happy hour was supposed to start. And then we moved happy hour up. So now we get to record with the party going on down below.
Yeah,
and like they're having fun without
it looked a bit insane downstairs, I have to agree.
So let's do this thing. We'll wrap it up and then we can get down there and have some fun.
But yeah.
Tell me about it. Okay, so you mentioned it in the last one, but tell me the story of your journey to get from Ireland to Las Vegas, and why did you take such a weird and circuitous
Okay,
route?
so at first it was wife, please forgive me, I'm going away for 5 days, which is a long time to go away because my son is autistic, and we might get into that a bit later on. But so my wife is a stay-at-home carer, going away for 5 days on a trip of a lifetime. That's been sponsored by a lot of great companies like X2O Media. Like you will see it on my All Things Techie website of my sponsors. They've been absolutely awesome to get me out here. And then we noticed when I was talking to Joe that there was no direct flight into Vegas. Now, there used to be direct flights when there was the MMA and Conor McGregor doing all this crazy things that Conor McGregor does, puts me to shame. I thought I was crazy. And so Joe turned around to me and said, well, we have a booth and you can come out for a bit longer. You can stay with me in California and we could set up the booth together. I was like, oh, and you get to see UCLA and USC.
Yeah.
Oh. So I have to turn around to my wife, Jen, I love you to bits. You have been so special in making this happen.
Yeah.
Because it turned into 10 days.
Yeah.
Because there might have been some drinks taken on a Zoom call where Joe said, and can we go in to see the Grand Canyon? It's a hole in the ground. Can we go and see the Grand Canyon?
Yeah.
And it grew from just Joe and maybe BC and I going into the Grand Canyon with Britt to, I think there's a party bus going on now.
Yes, and I have the FOMO on that, for I will be leaving before that happens.
Aw.
you're getting the full West Coast experience.
I did get the full West Coast experience. So flew into LA.
Yes.
Well, first off, border control. Oh, well, we mentioned that in episode 1. Go back and listen to
Getting your swag through border control.
Yeah.
Only lying to the authorities a little bit.
that. Yeah, I'm sorry. But then you arrive in LA. And what I love about arriving in LA is the fact that anyone could just walk in to that baggage carousel and just take your bag.
Right.
There's no security before. Yeah, you just walk out. And it was chaotic out there. Like, I'm thinking, I'm in America. I have to get an Uber, and I don't know if I'm standing in the right place to get an Uber.
Right.
But the lovely thing about Uber is the family app, just like Joe being able to see where I was and that I wasn't going to be killed in LA.
Yeah.
To arrive at Joe's house, Casa Joe Way, head my headquarters, and being handed a beer. Next day, BC, because BC was in town with his family going around Disney, and he didn't arrive with Mickey Mouse ears on or anything. The next day, we met him early. We had breakfast in UCLA with some drinks. We had lunch at UCLA with some drinks. And then we went back to, via Hollywood Boulevard, back to Joe Way's house, where he had a full barbecue, and then out on the lake in his boat, because that guy knows how to live.
Yeah, tell me about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like these are once in a lifetime opportunities, unless we did speak about like just taking over my headquarters one of these weekends. You know, I think you should leave a key underneath like a stone or something for us.
To have like a board of directors meeting or something.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so then chapter 2 of that, how did you then get from California to Las Vegas?
Because we thought it was a great idea to do a road trip. So there was a lot of swag, there's a lot of other extra bits and pieces that we didn't deliver directly to Vegas. The booth was here, and we'll get into like the booth setup in a minute.
Yeah.
But we decided we'd hire a U-Haul. Well, Joe decided we'd hire a U-Haul, and we thought it'd be a comfortable ride with 3 seats at the front. There was only 2. So welcome Cherry McChairface, which is over there on our booth at the moment. Joe wanted to get a bigger van. I said, no, that just ruins all the adventure. Especially when the roads are so good here on a straight road.
Yeah.
A straight 4-hour road.
Yeah.
So in the U-Haul with the fold-out chair strapped into the middle, perfectly safe, by the way, we road tripped into Vegas. Stopping off for Chick-fil-A for breakfast.
Yes.
Because everyone eats Southern Fried Chicken in the morning. Of course. And then at lunchtime, we pretty much hit the border and went into Buffalo Bills, where Joe says it's tradition to go into Buffalo Bills. So we went into Buffalo Bills, did a bit of gambling, did a bit, another drink to soften the mood.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we crossed the border, the aircon kicked out.
Yeah.
And it was hot.
So you finished your introduction to Las Vegas riding on a folding chair, strapped in the middle of the bench of a U-Haul between Joe Way and BC Hatchet with no air conditioning.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that sounds something like my own personal hell, but you know what I'm saying? That sounds close.
Yeah, well, it was fun, you know, and somehow that we all stayed awake as well on that journey.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I got to get a couple of my regular questions
for
you that I've been holding. And I ask almost everybody this one, and I'm very curious your answer to it, which is, do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
Oh, I'm an extrovert.
Yeah.
I'm out and out there. You know, the only time like things would be of fear is like when you're standing up and doing a presentation.
Right.
But apart from that, no, I get to meet people. I like talking to people. Probably the opposites attract. My wife would be on the more introverted scale, you know. But she still, once she gets to know people, does great things for people, you know.
Right. But you draw energy.
I draw energy in. Yeah, I love this type of stuff. I love these people. One thing of my downfall is I can't remember names. I'm so bad with names.
I don't mean, no, I'm just saying, like,
bad name tags.
This is why I love trade shows, is everyone's got their name on them. And I used to work, when I worked live events, it was in hospitality. So everyone was there for an event. So everyone had a name tag on. I didn't have to do it. There could be people I know. I could tell you 17 paragraphs about who they are and what their life is.
But you can't remember their name. Yeah. It's a skill. It really is an amazing skill. I never understand how teachers remember all names.
Yeah, exactly.
And years afterwards, they still remember their names.
Exactly. Okay. In some version of the multiverse out there where you end up working in anything technology related, what do you think you would have been good at?
As a kid, I wanted to be a detective and do crime.
Yes.
And well, as a young kid, I thought I was a superhero. And Dante over there, you can turn into a superhero.
Yes.
So I'm a superhero now.
Nice.
I got to wear a cape, not an Elvis cape like Ryan's been wearing all week.
Yeah.
But a superhero cape.
So, what was it about being a detective that was interesting?
I don't know. I watch like, do you know what? It sounds so cheesy. I used to watch a lot of Police Academy as a kid, but I always thought this was the way the police force was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then you watch it as an adult and you go, "Oh God!"
Yeah, no, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way.
Okay, so how about this? Can working in technology still be like being a detective? Because there's oftentimes an issue, a problem, or something.
Yes,
and you have to investigate.
it's tech support.
Figure it out.
It's tech support. Yeah.
Is just like that.
It's just like that. You know, I think that was a lot of years of me as a kid wanting to like solve crimes and who did it and watching. You know, it's not like the American shoot 'em up crimes. We had like little robberies that would happen in Ireland. Right. You know, in a country home, and then you know,
it's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah, nice. It's funny too. I'm like, if you're watching and you can hear me clinking the bottle, I'm like drinking water between each time I talk.
Yeah,
because I'm losing my voice so badly.
One day left, Ryan. One day left.
Thank you, and I apologize to everyone listening for listening to me be crackling and doing all that sort of thing. So, here's a question for you: what of your 5 senses, which one do you trust the most?
Woo! Out of my 5 senses, which do I trust the most? I usually go with my gut. So, like, you know, if I think it,
like the 6th sense,
it is the 6th sense. I say, you know what? Let's go back. Like the 6th sense, I've gone with my gut. But like talking, you know, presenting, I always like way back when I was a teen, I did pirate radio.
Yeah.
You know, and then from pirate radio to doing what I do now, which is like, yeah, it's a step into technology, knowing that like I used to do audio and being a sound technician for radio stations to doing podcasts now and linking it with technology. It's sort of come full circle.
Yeah.
So talking.
I would agree. Like there is a cool thing about audio that like is like video. I guess anything could be manipulated, right?
Yeah.
But I like a recording and you see the waveform of audio where you get to visualize something that you know is sound pressure moving.
Yeah.
It has like its own signature to it.
But having said that, like when I went off and did my master's and did TV and radio production,
Interesting.
you know, it's making a film and going, what shots do I need?
Yeah.
And you're storyboarding it in your head while you have the camera and hitting record.
Yeah, it's a whole different
Yeah.
kind of storytelling.
Yeah.
How do I communicate in, you know, one frame of visual?
Yeah.
What would take 2 minutes to explain, you know what I'm saying? With
Exactly.
That's awesome. All right, what's the best gift you've been given?
Wow, what's the best gift I've been given? I'm going to go with the best gift I've been given. Now, I hope we don't go with relationships and everything like that. So there's relationship gifts for my wife. I love you to bits. Every gift is special. But the best gift I've been given is the opportunities in doing this and becoming a tech influencer. And I go back to PR companies, and I really want to thank Tanya from Wildwood from introducing me to being a tech influencer at ISE a couple of years ago, which absolutely exploded what I do now with all things techie and introduced me to a lot of people. And now with Joe and everything like that, that's been the best gift of going up and growing into this whole tech influencer, you know, and being able to do things that, you know, the amazing feeling of manufacturers going, hey, Justin, do you want to come over and like do this conference? Hey, Justin, we're doing something over in Switzerland in a couple of months' time. Do you want to come over and present and record on it? You know, it's getting me around the world. My wife is incredibly jealous of me. She's my number one that like allows me to go on these things.
Yeah. So the number one gift is opportunity.
Opportunity. Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. I love that answer. And the cool part is like how much work that people do to make sure that we pass those opportunities on to other people, right? Amplify and share and tell other people's stories as well.
Yeah, it's been so great to be at InfoComm, bumping into people that I've never met. I've only met virtually or on social media. People are saying, I love your podcast. You know, I love what you're doing as an autism advocate. You know, it means so much to me to meet these people.
So you said it really quickly on the first episode, and you've mentioned your wife twice. But one of the things that you are vocal about, if people follow you online, if you follow your Twitter, is about the care and support for autistic children in Ireland. And I think that dynamic there is different than here because the healthcare systems are quite a bit different. So I don't know if you want to like. We don't have to go through the whole thing.
We'll touch on it on a small scale. I'm sure if anyone wants to follow me, they can do. But yes, I have a 6-year-old autistic pre-verbal son.
Yeah.
And the difficulties with our health system in Ireland, it's really opened my eyes into disability awareness and disability awareness, both not just in Ireland, but internationally. It's been great to actually connect with AV people around that are in this industry that go, don't stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, be the voice. Or some people that I know that I only found out this week that are going, I have an autistic son, I have an autistic daughter, I have someone that's like disabled. And what you're doing to highlight this, I wouldn't be able to do because I find it personal and find it for my family. You know, so it's been so great to be able to go, okay, I will continue doing this because I know people like you need this support.
I love that answer because it is things like that can be difficult to talk about in the open. But going back to the first question, if you describe yourself as an extrovert, you're very extroverted. So do you feel like there's something about like an extrovert motivated brain that says, I'm okay putting me and my family struggle out there?
You know what, Ryan? At first, it was like, at first, when you hear the word autism, like, rewind 4 years ago, myself and Jen were like, oh, he's autistic. Okay. You know, like, I wasn't expecting a cure to it, but I was expecting the support in Ireland for it.
Right.
And it's like, okay, now we know what it is. We're going to get the support. And how wrong I was at the time thinking that. So, yeah, I have had counseling. I have had to like dig myself out of the hole, but being able to talk to people and having an amazing legal team behind me fighting my battles and having people that come up to me and say, keep doing what you're doing because you're making changes both in legislation and whatever. Yeah, I've had my down times. I've had to pick myself up. But like by doing my podcast and doing the social media things I'm doing on my own websites and people coming back to me, gives me that motivation to keep on going.
Yeah, it's like that you see having the feedback, it gives you the energy.
Oh, yeah, and definitely have had it this week.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, real serious question.
Yeah.
What is the best sandwich?
Oh, the best sandwich. See, you guys don't do it here in Ireland. Like, okay, you have Chick-fil-A. Okay, if you come close.
I'm going to translate. He means Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
sorry, Chick-fil-A. Okay, that's the way it's pronounced. Chick-fil-A. Right.
I like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. So Chick-fil-A, right, which is like a sun fried in a wrap. So in a bun, that's nice. We do chicken fillets wrapped up with taco sauce on it.
Yeah.
I love that. But what you guys don't do, I know you do burritos, and I've had a couple of them in Vegas here this week. But Ireland is famous for the breakfast roll.
Yeah.
And that is 2 eggs, 2 sausages, 2 rashers, 2 tomatoes, mushrooms, hash brown, and a dollop of ketchup on it. And that's a heart attack on a plate right there.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. And there's an Irish song, and I'm sure I'll give it to Ryan, that from a comedian that did a song about, have you ever seen it?
No, you were talking to me about it earlier.
So it's a song about how a builder eats this on a daily basis, going to work, and like then he goes to the doctor, and it's like you're gonna die. So he cuts out his breakfast pill roll. I think you have to add that into your podcast. That's an edit.
I knew I had to ask you about the sandwich because we were going to get something that we're not used to.
Also, yeah, I know I brought over some potato crisps this weekend, and or chips, as you would call them over here in Ireland or in America.
Yeah.
So, also a typical Irish sandwich is bread and butter.
Yes.
And those crisps inside it.
Yes, that's not bad. One of the, I know lots of people do this, but in my family, peanut butter and jelly with potato chips.
You know, I've been to Vegas and I haven't had a peanut butter and jelly yet. I better do that before I go home.
Yeah, it's true.
I might die, but, before I die.
That's 100% true. So you mentioned Vegas a couple of times, and you had a little bit of a chance to, like a break the other day where you got to sort of go see stuff in Vegas on your own. So what is your travel advisor review, recommendations or not for Las Vegas?
Always Uber, because everything seems closer than what it is.
Yes.
But seeing the sphere, I say to myself, I couldn't come to Vegas without going inside the sphere. And what an experience that is, especially when you work in audiovisual and seeing inside there. Did the ice bar as well. And also you have to see as many hotels as possible, because it's not a normal hotel.
No.
It's a mall, it's a pool, it's a nightclub, it's everything in one. You could think you're outdoors while you're really indoors.
Yeah.
Caesar's Palace, all these, they're crazily big.
The scale
is,
and that's the thing about Las Vegas is everything's fake, nothing's real, but it's
and you drive for 4 hours in the desert to get here.
Get to it.
Yeah,
exactly.
That, and my advice is don't pack heavy clothes if you're European.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I've been wearing T-shirts and shorts all week long, And the nice thing is, you can go from place to place with amazing aircon. But the only time we had to step outside from the West Gate across, the moment you go through that tunnel, you go, oh, shit, it's hot. It's hot.
And it's June. My recommendation would be, if you're in Europe and you're going to come to Las Vegas, come in the winter.
Yeah.
The winter is gorgeous here.
Yeah.
Going back to the sphere first. Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, go. Well, one of the things I noticed is one of the Amplifier guys, not Ron,
I know you're talking about.
Yes. Sorry, I can't remember your name. That's why the example. Yeah. He cycled 50 miles around Vegas this morning.
No.
What the hell? Julian.
No.
Julian, yes, that's right.
That's a no, straight to
He was up at something like 5 a.m. Yes, we've been partying. Yeah. And that's like 3 hours sleep we got up at. So he packed up his bag or his bike and went cycling out into the desert. I applaud you, but no. Well, I think I'd be dead after 10 minutes.
That's one of the reasons. He's in a lot better shape than I am.
Yeah. And me. My wife wanted me to go on a diet before I came to Vegas. I'm going to America. Yeah.
I've been you get this day in history pictures on different apps.
Yes.
So I've been seeing pictures from the last two InfoComms and going, wow, I was a lot skinnier not that long ago. You know what I'm saying?
When Google Photos reminds you of your kids and stuff like that, or when you got married and it's like, oh dear, what happened?
I got old.
Oh, yeah, I got old.
What are you going to do?
And bald. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Same last three questions for everybody.
Okay.
Third to last question. What is a question that you wish people would ask you, but nobody ever does?
Oh, a question that no one asks you. People don't ask enough. And I'm going to go down the mental health route. Yeah. People don't ask enough, are you doing okay? And only recently in Ireland, there's been a couple of campaigns of saying, hi, how you doing? In any different language.
Yeah.
It seems I don't know over in America is as bad, or in your state is as bad. But you get on public transport and people put the headphones on and don't want to talk.
For sure. And
that just, hi, how are you doing today, could change someone's life.
I agree.
Yeah, so
we've had it. So that this question has gotten answers like that. One of the challenges is, how's it going, or something like that, is a common casual way of greeting here.
Yeah.
But no one's really asking.
Yeah. No,
just say,
or you're saying,
not,
you're saying I'm fine. And I, hey, how are you? Or something like that.
Yeah.
They might reply.
Yeah.
But let someone talk to you.
yeah, really ask.
Yeah.
Really, no, really, are you looking out for people?
Yeah.
Right? I agree with that one. That
Yeah.
is, it's a weird one that technically gets asked a lot, but not always in a way that says, I really want that answer.
Hear someone's story. Let someone tell their story.
I love that. Okay. Second to last question. If people wanted to find you online or all of the many things you do and are involved in, where would they go to do that?
They go to allthingstech.ie for the All Things Techie podcast. If you're living in Ireland and you want to join our audiovisual group, whether you're a student, whether you're AV professional, live, or anything in between, it's open to every audiovisual person in Ireland. avgroup.ie for AV Groupie. I'm on all the socials except for TikTok. I haven't gone down that road yet.
You'd be a great TikToker, by the way.
I know.
You'd be a great
yeah.
TikToker.
I don't think I have the time for TikTok or there's app space for TikTok.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, or justinordawson.com as well.
JustinRDawson.com. And we'll link all those things in the show notes.
Yes.
Look up Justin. If you don't follow him or you don't see,
Please do. Follow me.
you want to. It's a great follow. Okay, last question. And the setup for it is a little weird and long, and it's a little US centric. So tell me if it doesn't work very well. But here, like the original TV newscasters, many of them, they had a phrase they would say at the end of their broadcast. Like one famous one was "good night" and "good luck," or that sort of thing. So, what is your end the show, drop the mic, sign off phrase, Justin Dawson style?
Thank you for listening. Thank you for the opportunities, and we'll see you very soon.
Thank you for listening to the AV IT Amplifier. Join us again for next week's episode when we'll welcome a new guest who you'll want to hear from. We promise. Your host has been Ryan Gray. He's on the tweeters at Ryan_A_Gray, or find him on LinkedIn to connect. Please subscribe and give the show a rating and review wherever you get your podcasts. This show is brought to you by higheredav.com. The views expressed here are not necessarily those of our respective institutions, employers, or sponsors. Everyone hang in there, go easy, and we'll be back next week.